Night of the Howling Dogs stands as a young adult adventure novel authored by Graham Salisbury. Making its debut in 2007, the narrative delves into the aftermath of Salisbury's cousin surviving a Hawaii tsunami in 1975. Recognized for its emphasis on teamwork and leadership, the book has garnered commendation for its wide-ranging appeal. Despite his familial connection to journalism, Salisbury's inclination leans towards creating stories about fictional characters. His particular interest lies in navigating the transitional period young individuals undergo on their path to adulthood. Prior to dedicating himself to writing, Salisbury garnered experience as a deckhand and even helmed a glass-bottom boat. While Night of the Howling Dogs draws inspiration from real-life occurrences, its central figure, 13-year-old Dylan, is a creation of fiction. The story unfolds in the tranquil environs of Waipio, nestled on the Big Island of Hawaii beneath the ancient Mauna Loa volcano. Dylan embarks on a camping expedition to this locale with his scout group, brimming with anticipation for the new experiences that await him. Eager as he is, he yearns for his father's presence, though he understands that such a reunion is unlikely. His father's role as a globe-trotting skipper on large ships keeps them apart. The relationship between father and son is strained, but Dylan's solace lies in his circle of friends, especially his closest companion, Casey Bellows. Casey's father, known as Mr. Bellows, boasts a background as a former Marine and a respected detective within the Hilo police force. Beyond his official duties, he serves as the scoutmaster for the troop. Dylan grapples with insecurities that plague him. Haunted by the fear of inadequacy, he frets about his perceived shortcomings. While he possesses physical strength for his age, his distinctive feature lies in his thick glasses, unusual among his peers. Casey reassures him, asserting that the glasses go unnoticed, yet Dylan's self-consciousness lingers. He yearns to demonstrate his strength and shed the label of being nerdy or weak. As the narrative commences, Dylan and Casey embark on a journey to gather other members of the scout troop. This marks their inaugural encounter with the troop's newest member, Louis Domingo. Louis, a pure-blood Hawaiian, carries an air of superiority and views himself as above the others. He reserves respect only for those who share his Hawaiian heritage in its entirety. Dylan, who is only half Hawaiian, inevitably becomes a point of contention. An instant friction arises between Louis and Dylan. Louis resorts to taunting Dylan about his glasses and his mixed heritage, underlining his belief in his own dominance due to his seniority. Although Dylan and Casey hold different intentions, Mr. Bellows intervenes, emphasizing the imperative of cooperation among the troop members. The other boys choose to disregard Louis, aligning themselves with Dylan. As the troop reaches their designated location, they embark on a hike to a secluded beach where they establish their camp. In the distance, they observe a pack of feral dogs. The persistent gaze of these dogs disconcerts the boys. To alleviate his unease, Dylan engages in conversation with a local man named Masa. Masa regales Dylan and Casey with tales of a friendly neighborhood shark named Fred, known for his refusal to bite, regardless of his hunger. Despite his attempts to distract himself, Dylan remains preoccupied by the presence of the dogs. Masa shares a compelling narrative with him. These dogs are shapeshifters, embodying goddesses in disguise who inhabit the depths of the volcano. When angered by humans, they unleash earthquakes, fires, and even tidal waves. The prospect of sleeping in proximity to these goddesses unsettles Dylan. Over the course of several nights, the sound of dogs howling and barking reverberates in the distance, casting an ominous pall. Dylan confides his apprehensions to Casey, who admonishes him to shed his childish concerns. Sharing their fears with Louis is out of the question. However, the gravity of Dylan's fears becomes palpable when an earthquake of significant magnitude rocks the island one night. As Dylan and Casey rouse from their sleep, they find the camp in tumult. Mr. Bellows, although seemingly unperturbed by the earthquake, expresses more profound concern regarding the potential of a tsunami. He swiftly directs the boys to dismantle the camp and evacuate the area, but their efforts prove to be too tardy. A looming tsunami emerges on the horizon, hurtling toward the island with relentless force, obliterating the camp in its path. Dylan clings desperately to the trees, his tenacity allowing him to survive the torrential onslaught of the tsunami. However, Casey remains conspicuously absent. Amid the chaotic aftermath, Dylan encounters the first survivor, Louis. Initially fueled by anger and aggression, Louis's demeanor is a manifestation of his underlying terror. He believes that his seniority requires him to assume a protective role over Dylan, but he struggles to fulfill this responsibility. In contrast, it is Dylan who emerges as a beacon of leadership and resilience. He takes charge of the situation, guiding Louis to safety and devising a strategy to locate the other survivors and restore the cohesion of the camp. The paramount objective is to secure assistance, or at the very least, find Mr. Bellows. Dylan's fearlessness and determination leave an indelible impression on Louis as they navigate the untamed wilderness together. Gradually, Louis concedes that Dylan's bravery far surpasses his initial appearance. In parallel, Dylan steers Louis toward the rest of the survivors, ensuring that everyone emerges from the ordeal unscathed. The joyous reunion of the troop hails Dylan as their hero, lauding his efforts in bringing them back together. As Mr. Bellows signals for aid, a Coast Guard helicopter descends, ushering in a beacon of hope. Among the rescue team, Dylan's father stands proudly. He extols his son's bravery and pledges to allocate more time to their relationship, recognizing the value of every fleeting moment. As they depart the island aboard the helicopter, Dylan is imbued with a sense of newfound maturity and self-assuredness, transitioning into a realm of adulthood. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.